and we're back again. So today is a kind of an interesting blend of a couple of pre-orders that I ordered a while back, then kind of forgot about, and all of a sudden they showed up, and it was like Christmas, even though it's not Christmas yet, it's getting closer, which is something that I like to try and do for myself most of the years, just randomly order things, they arrive, it makes my day very, very pleasant. That in a combination with a WhatNot auction I went on. I haven't been to too many WhatNot auctions recently just because I've been actually out purchasing quite a few Funko Pops, and with a couple of the cons going on and stuff like that, there's just been a lot of purchasing happening with those. But I was able to get in one and actually went and got a good number of some SODAS that were awesome. I know I've been dabbling with SODAS a bit, and I've been really trying to keep it to the ones that I just want for my collection, so mostly horror based and maybe some 80s, 90s heroes and stuff like that. So we'll see if we were able to stick to that. But and then also found a cool chase that was pretty cheap. I don't know how it's going to be value-wise down the line, but chase is a chase, and I was like, I don't have very many of them, so might as well give it a shot. So where we started first, and we'll go with what I ordered a while back. So this is one, I actually ordered two from Amazon, and then literally forgot about them. One of them, this one, boom, is actually Super Saiyan Goku with Kamehameha. And this is from, I have no idea which Dragon Ball Z line this is from. The only thing I know is I must have ordered this one, and I'm pretty sure because I look back and this kept getting extended, and the release date and release date and release date. I ordered it like 6-7 months ago, and I think I ordered it pretty cheap on actually Amazon. And this was before I decided to myself that I wasn't really going to get into the Dragon Ball Z Funkos because there's just so many of them, and it is one of my favorite anime shows, but I also just need to draw a line somewhere. But this one came in the mail, and I was like, well, yay, I've got a Funko one. I do really like Dragon Ball Z, and I do really like Goku. He's one of my favorites. He's probably my favorite character. Vegeta's Broly's my favorite character, let's be real, okay? Broly's the favorite, but he's right there. Broly's got a really cool Funko too, but I think his is really expensive. I'll have to look at that one. But, got this one in the mail. Box is really cool. I mean, really good. It's not damaged at all, so the Funko's good. Forgot I was getting it, but it was nice. One that I did pre-order from Amazon that I did not forget that I was getting, and I still am very excited about. Wah! It is Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way. And in case you don't know, I am a huge Arnold fan. Actually shaped my life in many ways. But Turbo Man was a great Christmas movie growing up, a little seasonal as we're talking about it, and they came out with a whole line for them, and I'm definitely potentially probably going to get most of them, but I definitely wanted to make sure I got the Amazon exclusive one, so I ended up getting that one. It came in the mail. Box is pretty good. There's a couple little snags on it, but honestly this one's going to be staying in my collection, so I was really excited to grab that one. Then Pop in a Box was having a sale, and they had it was rather large. It was like 40% off of pretty much everything, and if you guys have been watching for any length of time, you probably know that I'm a big fan of horror things, and especially Treehouse of Horror. And all of a sudden, this one was on there, and yes, we had Vampire Krusty. This is from Treehouse of Horrors. This is the, I believe, the second or third series. So from this one, we do have a good cluster of these. So I got Bing, Bang, Bang, Bang. Still missing the top three up there, so we'll be on the eye out for those, but this was one I actually have been really trying to get, and I've actually been on Mercari a couple times bidding or haggling with people trying to get it a little cheaper, and never really found the price that I wanted. And then all of a sudden this was on there, and it was like 40% off, so I think I ended up paying like $7 for it. The box did get a little damaged. I was a little upset by their packaging. It came with another one that's going to be in our Batman video that's going to be coming up pretty soon. That one was actually okay, but this one, it's got a little box damage on it, but I think it's definitely something I can help probably try and press out a little bit. Either way, probably gonna stay in my collection, but he's a really cool one, and I was just really excited to be able to get him, and especially get him for a good price. Now the next one was one I pre-ordered. I know it must have been July, probably. We got Mr. Burns, but we're sticking with the Simpsons, right? So this was another one from the Simpsons. This isn't part of the Treehouse of Horror lines, but this was definitely from one of my favorite episodes. This is the episode that actually had it was a little bit of a crossover back in the day. You had X-Files in there. You had Mulder and Scully coming to investigate when Homer had the claims of seeing the alien, and turned out to be Mr. Burns. That was such a great episode for so many reasons, because it definitely just made fun. It was Fox making fun of itself with the shows that they had at the time, and like found footage and all the stupid alien stuff that they had way back in the day in the 90s, probably 20 years ago now that I'm thinking about it. But Really cool thing about this one is all of them are glow in the dark. They actually did have a Chase version that was basically just him constantly glowing, kind of like neon colored. But I've checked out this glow and it's actually really cool. So if I'm able to figure out how to insert that clip here, I will do that now. If not, take my word for it. It actually glows really well. And I was actually really surprised because I compared it to another glow that I have from a little bit older one. And whatever they're using now as far as the paint or product, it glows basically like a light almost. So it's really awesome. Really happy to get this one. Didn't get the Chase, but at the same time, it's just a really cool pop. All right, one of the other ones that I was able to order online through a various hidden link that I found. We ended up grabbing Michael Jordan. So this was a Michael Jordan. This is a Foot Locker exclusive, and for the most part I didn't even honestly know Foot Locker had many Funko Pops because I'm not a huge sports Funko Pop collector, but I do enjoy Michael Jordan, and I'm always looking for some of the more potential grail down the line, or at least some that are gonna be pretty valuable to folk. And I do have a couple friends. I know Pat is a big basketball fan, and Cody's a huge Michael Jordan fan. So we were all able to get one of these bad boys, and that was a good find. Moving from there was actually where we went to the WhatNot auction. And on the WhatNot auction, I was able to actually go in, and they were having a little bit more of a, I don't even know what you call it. If you do know, let me know in the comments. But basically they had a stack of, I believe, 9 Funkos on the screen, and they would open the bidding at $1. And then you have this one, it may have been sudden death or it was a minute, whatever. You bid out, and I think the bids, there were probably like 20 or 30 people in the room, but what happens is if you win the bid, you get to pick any of the 9, I think that was what it was, that's on screen for you to have. They're all common, so they were already open, so they weren't chases, but they're definitely ones that you're trying to find. It's a good way to get them, and if you get lucky. So I was able to go on there, and I noticed there weren't a lot of people that were bidding on some of them, and if they were, the bids were pretty low. So all the chases that I got for $6, $7 if you include the $1 shipping, because again, on WhatNot auction, after you make the first purchase, which shipping is I believe $4.50 or $5, anything else you purchase from that same buyer is just $1 more. So in my head, that means bang, 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 grab and grab and grab. So what I was able to do was grab 3 different sodas, starting with, we actually had this Corpse Bride, and here she is. She's a really cool one. We do have Corpse Bride, the actual Funko Pop in Diamond. Diamond Glitter is a really cool one, but she's really neat. Very cool looking one. Enjoyed that one thoroughly. Falls in with the horror theme that I'm gonna go with. This one I think definitely did. And this is Harley Quinn Demon. So from also, well, not also, but I say also because I get Corpse Bride and Nightmare Before Christmas kind of confused because they're very much so stop motion Tim Burton. Although I did find out recently that even though I'm a Tim Burton fan, I'm a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, I didn't know Tim Burton didn't direct that movie. With his name plastered all over it. But then I watched a show on Netflix that's freaking awesome. It's The Movies That Made Us. They had some really good insight. If you've never watched it, go watch all the shows are pretty good. But the one specifically in Nightmare Before Christmas, he did not actually direct that one. But here's Harley Quinn Demon. It's really cool. And if you notice, the head is actually floating. So there's a little connector piece in the bottom that I think is actually his tongue. And it's awesome. So he's actually one of my favorites now. Then from there, the last one we got was actually Vampire Jack. So we had to go with a little Jack Skellington as well. And this is a cool one. He is really neat. Some of the sodas, again, they just look really cool. So was able to get 3 of the different sodas, and again, I think they're each $6, so was not too bad of a find. And then I was just on there, and I was like, okay, well, then this chase popped up, and there was a couple people bidding on it, but it was just pretty cheap. So I was like, well, okay, I'll get, yep, Bret Michaels chase. So I've seen the Bret Michaels Funko, I believe at Target a couple times, and I was like, yeah, Bret Michaels is okay. It's not my favorite music, but at the same time, got some good power ballads. And then I seen the chase, and I think I ended up paying $14 or $15 for him. So I was like, well, might as well give it a shot. The Chase version is actually Chases with the hat, because normally the other ones that I've seen, he doesn't actually have the hat on. So that's what we got with those. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to run through, just check out the PPG value on all these and see how we did. Michael Jordan, Foot Locker exclusive, is sitting at 36 bucks, and he was definitely, I want to say 12 or 13 with shipping, so maybe 15, 16 bucks. That's not a bad deal. Mr. Burns Glow in the Dark PX exclusive is sitting right at 14 bucks. And this one, honestly, I'm not too worried about how much value it gains because he's just really cool. Although I did see the Chase version as I was looking this one up, and that one's also really neat, so I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for it. Vampire Krusty, he's sitting right about 16 bucks. Again, most of the Treehouse of Horror aren't excessively expensive or valuable, but I just love them. And I was able to get him for half price of normal, so that was definitely a good deal. Super Saiyan Goku with Kamehameha is actually no value, so it was released 2021. I don't know. There's just not a value for that one yet, so we'll just go with whatever I paid for it, which I believe was probably 9 or 10 bucks on Amazon. Turbo Man, Amazon exclusive, is currently sitting at 25 bucks, so definitely more than I paid for him, but I did pre-order him a while back, so that was a good one. Now moving over to the WhatNot auction. I wonder if, do the soda cans scan too? Into the app? Hey, they do. Alright, so Skeleton Jack is currently sitting at 14 bucks. So not bad at all, considering I paid 6 or 7 with shipping. Harley Quinn Demon is sitting at 13 bucks. Again, so about double the value that I paid. Corpse Bride is actually sitting at 18, so she's definitely a little more valuable, and I think she's more limited, 10,000 pieces as opposed to, I believe Jack and maybe Harley Quinn were 12, so a little more expensive on that one. Then finally getting to Bret Michaels Chase with the hat, and he is sitting at 30 bucks, so about double what I paid for him, and it may go up, I mean, to the right person, you know? Alright, so not too bad of a find. That was a good pre-order combination. I really thought we found some good deals on the auction. I really have become a fan of some of the SODAS, and I love finding chases. And again, it's a lot to deal with who's in the actual, who's in the session, who's in the auction, who's bidding, who's not. So it's kind of fun. Definitely check those out if you haven't before. All right, so make sure if you do enjoy this stuff, like, share, and subscribe. There's going to be another video coming up pretty soon that will be a little bit of new Batman stuff, plus a Batman collection of apparently the collection that I am now in charge of because I just inadvertently bought a bunch of Batman pops. So, yay. Although I do love Batman, so can't complain.